Hello.
Hi, guys.
Getting pumped up. Get pumped up. Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
guys.
Um, I don't think we want to attempt to sing the na 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 song. That would be funny for this one, I guess.
I could get it on the computer if you want.
No, I'm good. We don't need to sing it.
Mana.
Mana. Oh gosh.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Okay, so this is a movie review. This is Muppets Haunted Mansion. I got to watch it 2 nights ago, just as a refresher.
Yep. I watched it.
There was some people on it. I forgot that were in it that I thought were not. So, Goofy was it? Not Goofy, but Kermit was in it.
See, told you.
Very little, but remember he was in I guess a costume party, and he was like talking to them over the cell phone. Yes. He wasn't really in it, but
yes, but he was there.
And then Miss Piggy was in it a few times. She was at the party, dressed up as Kermit, if you remember that scenario.
And Kermit was dressed up as Miss Piggy.
And Kermit was dressed up as Miss Piggy. And also, she was also Madame Leota.
Yes.
If you remember correctly.
Oh, yes, but I'm going to give you a little hint of that. Specifically in that scene of the person who is feather dusting her off.
Yes.
Is I believe, the daughter of the person who voiced her, if I'm correct. And I forget the person's name who voiced her, but yes, that's what I heard.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
And I thought, when I first saw this movie, I was a little bit, because, it is the Haunted Mansion, but...
Yeah. It's Muppets.
But since I love the Muppets so much, I wanted to watch it and see. Let me tell you, it was a little bit scary for it being a Muppet movie.
Yeah, it was a little scary. I kind of liked it in a way.
Yeah.
I guess it's one of the only Muppet scary movies that I know of.
That's the only one. But if you noticed within it, there was a lot of Muppet in-jokes. Tons of them.
Tons of them.
And if you looked at the candlesticks, they were Menemenas, speaking of that.
Yep. They were Menemenas.
Which I absolutely loved, and I'm like, I need those candlesticks.
Oh, I love the moment where so the opening scene, the very beginning, is where you saw that guy that was singing this song in the graveyard.
Yes.
Remember, they had the Grim Grinning Ghost. Yes, they did not sing very much of the Grim Grinning Ghost song. It was like 2 seconds of it.
Yeah,
they still had the busts there.
They did.
Singing still.
They did. But what did you think? But here's what I noticed with it. If you noticed, each one of the portraits was a Muppet reference.
Yes, it was. That was kind of interesting, too.
I liked that. But the wallpaper was still the wallpaper, of course.
Yeah.
But
the wallpaper was still somewhat still the wallpaper. I believe they put eyes in the middle of the wallpaper on each and every one. And that's the biggest difference.
They Muppeted it.
Yeah, Muppeted it.
To make it Muppeted it.
And I know they made a shirt off of that, too.
Really?
DVC, not DVC. D23 had a shirt that came out that had that pattern on it with the Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Was that a Spirit jersey or no?
No, it was like a Tommy Bahama.
Oh.
Shirt, button up.
Yeah, not my type of shirt. Sorry, I like these kind that I'm wearing right now, tank tops.
Okay.
But that's okay. But anyways, ride-wise, you had most of the ride in it.
Yes.
You had Madame Leota in it, which was very good. You also had Constance, which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah.
and the actress who played her was very good.
Yeah.
Very, very, very convincing.
Yeah, that was very convincing. I like that part. Did you like the butler, the very beginning, and all through it, the movie?
The guy who took Gonzo into the room. You know, he reminded me of the guy who does the voice of, Welcome Foolish Mortals to the Haunted Mansion.
He kind of reminded me, but you could have made him more creepy, like something in the face, something.
Now let me ask this question: do you think they should have made him look like the guy in Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Oh, they could have. Yeah, that would have been fantastic.
That would have been spot on if you really want to get now.
I would have laughed to see if it was like a bigger. I don't know who that was.
I don't know, but
an actor,
he was pretty good. He was pretty good,
but I don't know who he was. If they would have maybe somehow made it into like a had a more famous actor, maybe. But this was a low budget film, like all other Muppet movies.
Do you think Michael Caine would have done it?
Michael Caine could have,
because he already did Muppet Christmas Carol. So
you know who I would have wanted to see. The guy who was the bad guy in Roger Rabbit. What was his name?
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd would have been perfect.
Oh,
that would have been so creepy.
If he would have wear the Doom outfit, that would have been like the perfect way to do it.
I had one moment that the movie got me, and I laughed really loud outside.
Which one?
When they were doing the song in the middle of the dancing in the middle of
the ballroom scene.
Yes. They had the Doom buggy stop in the middle, and
I saw that. Yeah.
And it was like, please wait while we try to continue with
that's
the Doom buggies.
That's when the ride, stops and things, and they have to make the announcement.
I know,
and I thought that was a good segue into it. That was a really good segue.
A good segue. Everyone was looking up, but like, well, we're kind of used to this, so let's just continue on.
Right. And I thought, what a great Disney in joke to that, because now when they were on the ride, specifically, sorry about that. When they were on the ride, specifically, when you first get on the ride, when you get in the Doom buggy, and then you do the right.
Yeah.
Each of the paintings were the Muppet-fied as well.
Each of the paintings were much Muppet-fied,
with the rats.
Also, when you looked at them, they did change to the skeleton version of Muppet, which is kind of strange to think about.
That was a little bit weird.
And then you got to see Meeker and what's his name?
Beaker and Bunsen.
Yeah, and they were they were two little head.
Yeah, the bus
that talked.
Yeah. I didn't even know that you could do the voice. Very good.
Yes.
Can you do all the Muppet voices?
I can do some. Come on.
Can you do Miss Piggy?
No, I cannot do Miss Piggy that well.
Darn, I thought you could. Anyways, but now,
hello, Hatbox Ghost.
Hi, how are you?
Talking about Hatbox Ghost.
Hi, yeah. Speaking about that, what did you think of Fozzie Bear's that?
Fozzie Bear Hatbox Ghost.
That was great. That was a good way to do it. Because
and I also love that when he did his joke in the beginning or middle of the movie.
His
head came off of his head and went into his hand, basically.
Oh, great thing to do.
It was pretty funny, but it was still like
it was still Muppets.
It was still Muppets. It was low end humor, and everyone was like, "Oh gosh, you just said that."
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows the Muppets. I mean, most people do, and it's like, for me, the storyline was good.
It was different. I don't know if I liked the Constance, how she killed a bunch of people.
Sorry, in there.
6 husbands before Pepe Le Prawn.
Right. My ears are burning, and one of the computers he was calling it. Should have known. Ha ha! Very funny. but
yes.
yeah, but I'll be honest with you. I thought it was a great film. I thought that they did their best with it
They did the best
because
with what they had. Yeah.
Haunted Mansion is such a difficult ride to do anyway because you got a lot of moving parts and everything. But what I thought was interesting though was that they did the graveyard scene twice, once in the beginning and once at the end.
Oh,
And
I want them to do more of these. Yes, they are low budget, and yes, it was not
that's
that
okay.
popular. I just want them to do more of these. I want them to do a.
What would you want to do?
Let's say Jingle Cruise, Muppets Jingle.
That would be fun.
In Muppets Jingle Cruise.
That would be really fun.
As a movie.
You know which one I would want them to do, and you're gonna laugh. But I think,
why not? Like I said before, why don't they just make it so the Muppets promote all the other attractions?
Absolutely, 100%.
So Muppets go on Space Mountain.
Yes, that would be a wonderful ride. Muppets go on Carousel of Progress. Hallelujah.
Muppets go on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Right, for the Electric Mayhem.
Why not?
Why not?
Which they did have a song in this.
Wait a minute.
No, Electric Mayhem sang in this.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah,
it was
good.
Minutes to Midnight at the very ending scene.
I loved
you have
it.
to watch the end.
Yeah. But here's another thing too, Richard. Speaking of that, you know what? They could do Toy Story Mania via Muppets. They could do it.
Yes. They could do every single ride.
Fun.
Could you imagine them trying to do Star Wars and when it's Muppet Star Wars?
That's easy to do.
It's easy to do.
Because they did it on the Muppet Show.
They did it on the Muppet Show. Why not do it for the rides?
Why not? It'd be fun. It'd be different.
Oh, could you imagine like them trying to make different characters for they would make a Muppet that looks like he is part of the ride that it should be there. Kind of like Teacups will always have a Mad Hatter.
Oh, the Teacups. I would love for them to do Small World.
So,
let me tell
Muppets Teacups would have Mad Hatter spinning with the Muppets in circles.
Right, as well as Alice, because
as well as Alice, but Alice will be portrayed probably by an actress. I would say.
Who would be the Caterpillar? Because if you're going to do Alice in Wonderland, you got to do them all.
Oh, I don't know. It would be the main characters.
Queen of Hearts would be easy because that would probably be a Miss Piggy anyway.
Oh, Hatbox Ghost. We're not talking about the new Haunted Mansion. We're talking about the one that came out last year.
Muppets.
Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
It's on Disney Plus. It's really, really fun to watch.
Yeah. It's a
Muppets.
It's a great movie with the families as well. So
yes, any of the movies for Muppets are good for family.
Absolutely, even the Muppets Wizard of Oz. Which they did do that one anyway, too.
They did do that one.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask this question seriously. What did you think about the Muppet in-jokes? I thought they were great.
I thought they were pretty funny. I would have to say,
because
the second time I watched the movie, it was better the first time.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask this question.
I understood a little bit more of it. Yes, it's a different plot than what any of the other Haunted Mansions had.
Yes, including the new one.
Which I don't know. Would I have put Constance like that? Probably not. I would have made it into a chick that we might know. I don't know. It had to have been a famous actress. But the
actress, to me, she played it perfectly.
She played it perfectly in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have loved to see it more like a comedy person.
I hear you.
I want more of the comedy in jokes at that time.
You want more?
And it was kind of dry at that moment. So.
It was. But I will say this, though. This one thing bothers me, and I don't know why it does.
Who would you want as Constance if they remade a Muppets Haunted Mansion?
Oh, God. It could be anybody.
Oh, my gosh. Who is the really famous comedy actress?
Wait a minute. Get the actress who does it at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween because she's perfect. You know when they do the meet and greet outside Haunted Mansion? Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, they could do that.
Okay, here's something that has been bothering me.
Maybe someone from SNL. There's a few of them out there.
I don't know.
Chicks from SNL.
Maybe, but I gotta ask you this question, okay? When I saw another Muppet movie, Gonzo was with somebody who was wonderful. I don't like who Gonzo was with in this movie. I wanted Rizzo the Rat. I did not want Pepe.
Oh
I
yeah, Pepe
can't.
Le Pew.
I don't understand. Okay, I do not understand why Rizzo.
Rizzo the Rat was in it. He was
Yeah,
one of the
I know he
one
was.
of the
I
side
know.
people, but
I know. But it's just to me when I watched a
this
Muppet,
opens up new possibilities. Now they've
it.
done this before,
I know, but why?
where Mickey, not Mickey, but where Kermit and Miss Piggy were not the main attraction.
Right. But what I'm
They've
saying.
done it before.
Yeah, I know. With Gonzo in the Muppet Christmas Carol, which I
The Muppet
absolutely love.
Christmas Carol
Which I
Gonzo.
absolutely love. It's an amazing film. But
why couldn't they to put it someone else trying to be the lead character instead of someone that we already knew?
See. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like
But
Pepe. I don't like Pepe
Pepe
at
Le
all.
Pew is great, but when does he have a main character role?
Never.
Never. And this is one of them. If you're really into Pepe Le Pew,
I'm not. I'm sorry.
You would see him a lot. And that's what they catered to.
Do you know that when I first saw this, I thought, oh, Gonzo and Rizzo are going to be in it. And then when I see, with the Pepe, I'm like, this isn't even right, because it's like,
but
to me, go ahead.
They could have been funnier too. They could have made it so like the two could have been Gonzo and his wife.
That's an interesting thought.
What isn't that one of the birds oh, it was one of the singing birds is his wife. Usually they're white. They're a bird.
Oh, those kind. Yeah. Okay.
Turkey or chicken. Yeah. Wasn't it one of the turkeys?
You mean with the Camilla?
Yeah, Camilla. Why would they could have put her in there and just have her weeping a lot? Or
for me, when I first saw,
I understood the effect of Gonzo because they were trying to make it like he's never scared, but he's trying to get scared.
He's a good storyteller, and I think that the storyline was really good of that part. But I would still like to see Rizzo and Gonzo back together. And
Rizzo the Rat is pretty cool. I don't know if he was ever been in a starring role though.
Yes, he has.
What?
The Muppets.
Okay, now what?
He was in it. The
Muppets Take Manhattan.
He was in the Muppet Christmas Carol.
He was in it. He wasn't like the main person.
Well, he was Gonzo's sidekick.
Yes.
Which was hilarious, by the way. I can't wait to review that movie.
Electric Mayhem, the TV series, came out after this year, and I liked the Electric Mayhem a lot.
That would have been a good, segue into that as well.
Yeah, that would have been. And I think they kind of attempted to try to do it, but they only had one song at the very end.
Right. I know. And it's like, hold on a minute.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just be careful. But honestly, though, I'll be honest. I liked it, but I was like, Pepe Pepe, sometimes it gives me that weird vibe, and I'm like, no. It kind of turns me off.
Even if it was a whole new plot, it seemed like the plot kind of jumped in a way.
It did. It did jump from one thing to the other.
One thing to the other, and that lost me for a few minutes. I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened?
Yeah,
okay, let me catch up. Okay, now I'm here.
you know what's interesting though about with the Muppets and stuff. I'm surprised that they didn't ask him to do some of his characters, because some of his characters are I'm just curious, but that's okay though. But do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
But I don't know if it would have worked.
I don't know.
I don't know,
They
but
did what they could do. They
they
put
did what they could.
people
Yeah.
on into it. The plot was kind of funky in a way to me.
It actually did throw me off for like a little bit.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like,
I
where's this going? It's like, hello, a Muppet
weirdly,
movie. I know Muppet
yes, it
movie.
was only an hour-long movie. To
Yeah.
me, it seemed like they could have made it shorter.
You know what?
That's
I
what's the
almost
sad part is. That's like it's only an hour, but it seems like it should be
Muppet
short.
movies usually are like 2 hours,
I know
and
it's this
I
one
and
seemed
I
like it
know
should be shorter. It was the strangest
this.
feeling.
You know what, Richard? And I think I know why. It's because of the audience span now.
I think Muppets Take Manhattan is only an hour and a half.
Really?
I
Let me look
think
it
so.
up. Let me look it up. Look them up. Let me look it up. Where am I going? IMDb. Okay. Take Manhattan, 1984. Okay. Muppets Take Manhattan is 1 hour and 35 minutes long.
I was right on the dot.
Yep, an hour 34. Now I'm gonna do with the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah, Muppets Christmas Carols was a little longer because
This one,
they went full.
no, it was shorter. An hour and 25 minutes for that one.
And this movie was about an hour, so it's fine.
Yeah, but I wonder, did they try to speed through it?
I don't know.
Because
they tried to make a whole different plot.
When the plot lost
the
me,
Mary
I
theme,
said, yeah,
which the Mary theme has been done in the Haunted Mansion, which was
right,
the one with the main character, Eddie Murphy,
right.
Because the main character was trying to marry his wife,
right.
But then they switched it around and made Pepe the Prawn try to get married into the girl with Constance.
Wait a minute.
It's interesting that they keep the Mary theme,
and I know why. Because it started with the Muppets Take Manhattan. Then they did it again in Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Then they did it in this one.
I do like Most Wanted. Don't get me wrong.
That was an excellent film.
I love that movie.
That was a really good film for that.
Or Pigs from Space.
Oh, who doesn't like that sketch? That was always so funny. The best
They need to make that into a whole movie.
That'd be
They need to make that into an hour-long movie or half an hour-long movie.
Oh my god, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
But seriously though, I think all in all, I think it's a great show for families.
It was. The jumping around would confuse some kids.
That did confuse me actually as an adult.
It confused
because I'm like, why are you going from one thing, going into the Haunted Mansion, doing the whole thing?
Well, the problem was they had them split up. They were like, hey, here's two different scenarios of what would happen in the Haunted Mansion, and let's just show them both at the same time.
Right.
It's like, oh,
I kind of like that idea, but then it's like
the jumping back and forth.
Just
now, I would have laughed even a little bit more if they would have put like 15 minutes before somewhere else in the mansion or something like that.
Yeah,
would have been funnier at the top corner.
You're right.
That's all they would need.
Yeah,
to show you it was a time difference, like 15. The minutes you just watched,
he
was doing something else.
You know what Muppet film would be cool to do, and you're gonna laugh at this one. Muppets Tower of Terror. Come on.
Oh, I can't wait. I want that to happen.
You could do a lot with that. You know what?
And I love on this movie that we're talking about. I love that the person that was trying to marry them was that guy had the blue.
Right. Oh, that guy. That guy's always creeped me out.
That cat always creeps me out.
Yeah.
And he himself.
He creeped me out more than once.
No, he should have been the person that greeted him in.
Yes.
That would have been
right. That would have been
That's
perfect.
a better plot than what they did.
That would have been perfect because
Yep.
had the guy had that
he should have been the butler.
Absolutely 100%. That would have been perfect.
Now either him or that I believe his name is Sneffums, but it's the guy
Sweetums.
Sweetums.
Yes.
Sweetums would have been good. Because you would have had a lurch effect with him.
Oh, I love Sweetums. He's so cute in the Muppets. Especially in the Muppet movie.
Those two would have been perfect as the butler.
But you know what? The blue guy, that guy always creeps me out for some
he would have been perfect because he's supposed to get creeped out.
Duh. So right.
In this movie.
Hello. I mean, I understand what they were going for, but it's like they missed the mark on that one just a little.
Yeah, there's some areas, and
that would have made
that would have happened. It would have been funnier as someone else as a Hatbox Ghost, maybe. But I love that they had him as Fozzie.
Yeah,
I love that. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I could see other people as a Hatbox Ghost.
Absolutely. Ralph would have made a good one.
Hatbox Ghost was in the Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy, but his face was not shown. He was only playing the piano in the background.
That would have been Ralph, hands down.
Yes.
Now I'm surprised they didn't use him for that because that would have been
amazed. They should have done Ralph.
Yeah.
But Ralph was in it, and he was playing the piano for the people in.
I know.
But that should have been the Hatbox Ghost. Why did they have to?
I don't know. See. That's all due to direction. It's to. You're like me, Richard. I love dissecting this stuff because it's interesting. Because to me, it needs to. I mean, to me, the movie flowed.
Yeah.
But when it got in, that kind of turned me off a little bit. That was it.
Yeah. When it jumps back and forth, I was like, okay, I'm trying to keep up with you.
Yeah, exactly.
How good I can do this.
I did my best with it. I'll be honest with you. Now, if you were to letter grade this thing A to F, what would you give it? What would you seriously give it? I would actually give it
on the bottom.
I'll be honest, I would give it a solid C.
C.
Because it's those minute details that we were just talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
That could have made the letter grade go up. Yeah.
They could have had the heckling ghost more often in the movie.
You know what they needed to do is they needed to put the singing bus singing. The entire Grimming Ghost. That one would have made it. See, there's a lot of reasons why I gave it a C. I mean, mainly because of what we just discussed about who would be the butler. I thought, that alone would have bumped my rating up.
I have to say that's original first song that's sung on the graveyard.
Yeah.
When none of the Muppets were singing, and they had that one guy singing about.
It's Darren Criss. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Darren Criss.
Yeah.
He did a good job on that.
He did.
That was probably one of the high moments in the Broadway.
He did. He was good.
Yeah, he was good. And then they had three other songs, which was the wedding song with Pepe Le Pew and
of course
Constance.
Yes, with Constance. Yes,
Constance. The ballroom.
Yep.
Song of them doing their Broadway show, which every Muppet movie needs it.
Of course.
And then the very end / very, very beginning song with the Electric Mayhem.
Yeah. But
did you notice there was a little bit of the Electric Mayhem playing at the very beginning? It was they weren't singing, but it was like background music.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I knew that. But
C minus. It might be on towards the low end.
I would give it a solid C for this because and I would have bumped it up if it had just a little bit more oomph, in my opinion.
A little more oomph.
Because I'll be honest, this one specifically, I was a little bit disappointed because, as a Muppet fan who has watched a lot of Muppet movies over the years, this one I think
it fell short as the guest actor.
Absolutely.
But don't get me wrong, I like the guy who did that. What is his name? He's been in a few movies.
Right. But
and he's not very popular. Really.
Exactly. That's why
they needed someone with a pow to put it into that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They needed.
Who would have been the best person for you? Could have thought that could have went in there. I already have a person in mind, and you will laugh, but you will agree at the whole time.
Try me.
Dick Van Dyke.
Duh! I was thinking the same thing.
Dick Van Dyke as the guest celebrity actor. Why not?
You know what? You know what, Richard? There was none of that.
No.
And I
thought there was a tiny bit right before they started to do the Broadway scene. It was that one actor. I don't know him that well. Some people might. I don't even know his name.
It could be anybody on Broadway, and believe me, I've seen a lot of people on Broadway.
He's not even on Broadway. He's an actor.
Oh. That's probably why I've never heard of him, because
he's in movies.
Now, with all of that aside, okay, we did the movie. Yeah. What did you think of the merchandise line for it? I thought it was pretty good.
D23 did a halfway decent collection for this movie when it first came out.
They did.
They had like 10 to 12 items.
Absolutely.
Not bad.
Not bad for that.
Not bad.
And also at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween, the trick or treat bags were the Muppets Haunted Mansion, which I thought cool idea.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. So that was something.
But
they really didn't advertise it much because it was on Disney Plus.
But the merchandise, other than D23, I noticed was like
slim to none.
Almost nothing.
I know, and I'm like, this is a Muppet movie. And I'm thinking,
I think at one time that Muppet movies had a lot of merch. There's only one that I know of, and that is Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol? Let me tell you something.
The merchandise for that is halfway decent, but that's the only one.
The Spirit jersey is the one I want the most,
and
I can't, and I still can't get it. And I want to wear it.
There is a Spirit jersey out there for the Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Yes, there is.
And it was D23 exclusive, but then they put it in the Shop Disney afterwards.
Of course.
I
thought it looked pretty good.
The merchandise looked okay, but they could have done more with it, in my opinion.
They could have done a lot more with it, but that's okay.
Because, who's to say they won't do more with it?
Who knows? Because think about it, they may put pins out in October.
Or they could make another movie of Disney's Muppet Haunted Mansion #2.
What? But how would you do the storyline, though?
Almost have it the same, but have different characters and different.
That would be interesting. Now,
make it more funny.
I mean, okay, for me,
maybe plot twist. Everyone that was in the from beforehand that was in that party, they are all at the Haunted Mansion, but Pepe Le Pew and Gonzo are not.
That would be interesting.
It would be funny. It would be like 30 Muppets running through the Haunted Mansion. It would be better. It would be.
But let me ask you this question, though. Out of all of the Muppet movies you've seen, and out of all of the Muppet movies I've seen, and I'm actually kind of curious.
There's a few that are better.
Would you say that overall, and I hate saying this about any Muppet movie because I love them very much, would you say that this is at the lower end of it?
Probably,
Because in my list, it's kind of... It's not down, but it
has to do with the celebrity guest judges that they can do the jokes with.
Absolutely.
And this one had minimal amount of that.
Hardly any. Now,
almost any. Yeah.
Now, that's why I gave it a C and not anything lower,
Yeah.
because, but to me, it is so hard not to. I mean, it's
I don't know.
hard. It's hard because it's like now with everything, and stuff. It's like I will tell you off stream about that stuff because I have my own opinions about it, and it's kind of like it, like in a way you basically can't be. In a way, you can't be funny anymore. If you catch my drift. In a way. But, also too, I think it was the attention.
That might have been interesting. I know that another guest judge might have been funny.
Who?
Jim Carrey. Put in someone famous.
Jim Carrey would have been a good choice.
Yeah, make him try to relive his.
Mario Cantone would have been hilarious.
Mario Cantone would have been pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, have you seen his comedy?
It's hilarious. Seen some of his
it's
Fluffy.
Hilarious.
I'm here.
Who?
I'm here for Fluffy being the main person.
Who's Fluffy?
Gabriel Iglesias. Sorry.
Interesting choice.
Yes.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg would have been funny, but she's been in a few of the movies, if I remember correctly.
She's been in. Wait a minute, let me think.
2,
she wasn't
3.
She wasn't in Muppet movie. She was not in Great Caper. She was not in. No. She was not in Muppet Sick Manhattan.
I think she was in Manhattan a very little bit, but
no, she wasn't. No, she was not.
I think she was.
No, she was not. Look at the list.
No, that's true. Now the problem with this one,
it's so
they had
tricky.
It was kind of tricky, but they had one person as the guest judge.
It was Darren Criss from Glee. He was in it.
Well, Darren Criss was from Glee. Okay, and then the person that was supposed to be the famous actor, person.
Let me find out who it is. Hold on a second. Let me find out who this person is, or else.
I can't remember.
We're gonna be sitting here like idiots, Hold on. Muppet Haunted Mansion. Okay.
Cast.
Aha. Here it is. Okay, let me go look at the Okay, Taraji P. Henson. She played Constance. And then Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. That's who I was thinking of.
I didn't. Oh. Here we go. Yvette Nicole Brown. She was the driver.
Okay. She did good. She did good. She almost reminded me of Raven.
Oh, get this one. Alfonso Ribeiro was in the movie as well as Edward Asner.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that are low-key names. Like we said, though, this was a low-budget.
Ed Asner is very famous.
Yeah.
Alfonso Ribeiro. Yeah.
Who was he?
Who? Alfonso Ribeiro?
Asner. Yeah.
He was the Ghost of Fred.
Oh.
Well, it says here.
Wait a minute. Okay. That's what they did. I forgot that. We were thinking of the busts. So what they did was they made his head, and they did it in the after scenes. If you watch like the after credits, they showed them dancing to the dancing to Electric Mayhem. The whole cast was
right,
and they showed the people with the busts. All they did was they basically made their face white, and they made them look like clay, and then they were singing like they were in the busts.
Right.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Like I said, C minus, maybe even a D.
I would
go. It might trudge towards D.
I would seriously give it a C minus at this point, just because no disrespect to who they picked, but a lot of these
of the high standard.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these kids have no clue who these are.
I know.
That's when you got to start, looking at your audience demographics, because most of your Muppet fans are adults, my age and up.
That's true.
I mean, we grew up watching the Muppet movie, The
So
Great
we needed
Muppet
to have
Caper.
someone that was older that we could have noticed.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Alfonso
Mm,
Ribeiro. Okay, he played, Carlton on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
yeah.
I mean,
Mm,
I mean, I mean, don't get me wrong, he is a good actor, but they really missed the mark on that, on who they picked for each thing.
yeah.
That's why I'm going from a C to a C minus
Yeah,
because
I'm
of
going
that.
towards a D, probably.
All right, what's your
He,
reasoning?
it's only
Yeah.
because of the reason of more thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
They could have done better with the
Absolutely.
guest judges or the guest people that were with
I
the
agree
movie.
with you. I agree with you because
It just keeps
because
dropping. Oh, I'm
it
sorry.
I hate doing this in a Muppet movies because now when
Now,
I notice
don't get me wrong.
when I
Christmas Carol I love, but it's not my
oh
top. It's not my top.
wait a minute. I can give you my top two Muppet movies. I can give you my top two, and they are both tied.
Manhattan.
Manhattan's
Gotta
one
love it.
of Manhattan's one of them. I absolutely love that movie.
Gotta love it. Yes.
I love that movie so much it's not even funny. And Muppet Christmas Carol, they are both tied for
Yeah.
me.
I
Now,
still say
now,
they
mind
should
you,
make more Muppet movies. We
now,
already went through
mind,
this at one time, but Muppets go on a cruise. Wouldn't that be funny?
oh, that was
Come
put
on,
put
I
them on
want
the
that.
put them on the Disney Cruise Line. That'll be
Disney
even more
Cruise
fun.
Line. They
Oh,
and have it so that it's also recorded with the first time that they go to Italy or
if
somewhere
I
like that,
if I saw Animal on the Disney Cruise Line, I would go crazy.
and
If I saw
then
any of the Muppets, I'd go nuts.
so why wouldn't they just make it so
Yeah.
there's real life Muppet characters you can meet and greet on the ships or at Disney World?
Let me tell you something. I've been wanting that for years.
Why don't they do that? Oh, I know. Okay.
And the
Why
rights.
don't
And
they
the
make
rights.
why don't they make Muppets? Well, they don't have the merchandise rights. That's why they don't make the merchandise.
I know they don't, but
But
you know,
still,
but
it's Jim Henson. It's
may he
never going to
rest.
go away from his son. You know that.
Everybody knows. Well, I don't want to get into this. Well, I know what you mean. I know. I know. I know. Believe me, I know.
He has his own museum. Let him have it.
I think
I'm
it's
sorry.
fantastic. I think it's
I'm
fantastic.
sorry. Maybe
I
the
know.
Disney should give up the rights. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you something. It would be very difficult to do that because
I don't know.
because it was right before he passed. That because here's the thing. Here's the thing though, Richard, with that, okay?
At least he doesn't have to make the movies. Yes, it's a Jim Henson production, but
I'm gonna tell you
it's
this.
Disney that's helping with that at least.
I am literally going to tell you something, okay? After Jim Henson passed, everybody wanted to know what was gonna happen with the Muppets because nobody knew. Then when the Muppet Christmas Carol came out,
Yeah.
every Muppet fan was so excited to see Kermit, to see all of them back in a film. It really helped the fan base a lot, including myself. I mean, I saw this movie twice in a movie theater.
How long has Muppets been going?
Muppets have been going since 1955.
Wow. Well,
when
just as
Jim
old as
started
Disney.
Jim, all right. How it started was Jim started this on Sam and Friends, which
Yes.
was on one of the old talk shows. Then he was on the Jimmy Dean show.
Yeah, Jimmy Dean.
Then in 1969 is when the Sesame Street started and the Muppet Show. And when the Muppet movie was coming out, it was a big hit. And then in 1982 was The Great Muppet Caper.
Yep.
Then in 1984 was The Muppets Take Manhattan. Then it was The Muppet Treasure Island.
Yes. I love
And
that, by the way. I
now,
love that movie.
now, when Jim died, they were still in production, A Muppet Christmas Carol, because you can tell the difference between Jim's voice and his son's voice in that movie,
Yeah.
because Jim started it, and you can tell the difference. But when that movie came out, it gave all of us Muppet fans, including myself, hope that the Muppets were back, and they were back. And
Yeah. And then they
and
started their TV show after that.
and there was also Muppet Babies. There was also the
Muppet Babies. Well, I
Muppet
don't count
Vision
them.
3D. Muppet
He,
Vision
he
3D.
never voiced for the Muppet Babies.
True, but
He never
but
voiced for the Muppet Babies.
but it was there. And remember, he was still on Sesame Street at the time, which was
Yes, he was.
1990. Now, also
And that's
within that
also
time,
a lot of spin-offs happened.
Muppet Vision 3D came out when MGM, aka Hollywood Studios, arrived.
And that's my problem.
Why?
It's too old of a show right now. It's too dated.
I know. But
why
it's
don't
still
they
a must-do
try
for
to
me.
seasonally update it? Create a season that'd be like
the
Muppets
problem
Haunted
would be
Mansion 3D.
The problem would be they would thing, and that thing is built the way it was built.
I know.
It
and they
would
only
be
got rights to it. Then that's it. They can't have no shop. They're not allowed to. By the way,
I know. They gave that up, right? They closed that thing down. I'm thinking like it was 2000 and something because I remember because I used to look up the books.
Well, towards the last year, in the shop there was no merchandise for the Muppets.
I know.
And it was just a
shop.
Even
when I went,
I believe it was for Star Tours for one bit even.
Yes.
Because it's right beside it. Sorry.
Right. But it's just.
And then Star Tours got its own. Then Star Tours got its own.
Question.
Yeah.
The problem was Hollywood Studio. Now, when they expanded Hollywood Studios into everything that it is now.
Yeah.
The main question was what were they going to do with certain attractions because of where they were.
Yeah.
AKA the Muppets, Indiana Jones, and all those guys.
Yeah.
Because they were in that area as well as Tower of Terror. Because once the Tower
Here's my thing, though.
Go ahead.
What is in that hallway? Because there's a big hallway that you go down, and it has Mama Melrose at the very back, corner.
There's nothing back there.
There's a shop that used to have, I believe, some kind of candy store in it, or was that merchandise?
I will show you the picture I took when I went back there because
they need to do more. It's almost like a ghost. It's a ghost town. It's what it is now.
The problem is, Richard, is that they're not using. I mean, I'm going to say this. They need to revamp that area. Because
or maybe theme it more correctly.
You know what they should do is they should put the Muppets with the Disney Junior stuff because they got
some
Muppet
animatronic parts. Get animatronic for the Muppets going. And have them up in the area so they talk in the lofts. So they talk to the people down below.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
All you need.
Oh, I would die. I would die. I would die.
I would stay around there for like 6 hours just talking to the Muppets.
So would I. Believe me, I would. But the one thing that I will say about it is that every time when I exit, a Muppet Vision 3D, it's like all I want to do is go to the store and I can't.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then they have that little. What was that thing in the corner? It looked like it was snow.
Yeah.
What is that?
I know.
It's what in the heck,
Richard? We need to talk to. I mean, Honestly, Richard, I would just love to talk to Imagineering
Or
and be like, do something with this. I mean,
why
seriously,
don't they just? Why don't they
isn't it?
have
Isn't this reminding you of the problem in Animal
put another
Kingdom?
Muppet movie into the theaters? Okay,
Wait a minute. Use
have
the
a
stores.
red
I know.
have a red carpet event
I know.
at Hollywood Studios
I
for the
know.
opening day.
I know. See. They're not.
They
What?
need to do that.
What the big problem is, Richard, is that it's starting to look like
Or
it's starting to
create
look.
create something else that would be able to be used that by the space that used to be the Muppets
The store.
merchandise store. Create something
The
else right
problem is,
beside it.
Richard. I'm gonna say this, Richard. Honestly, what they need to do is they need to do a make your own Muppet like they have at FAO Schwartz, but make it there and have all the Muppets, including Sesame Street. Yes, Sesame Street. Make it work. Because you could do it.
Then there comes the copyright issue. That is universal.
Yeah.
Sesame Street is officially.
You're right, because FAO Schwartz has that copyright. But with the Muppets,
there's a fine line.
All because
wait a minute.
All Brian would have to do on it. That's all he would have to do, because it's perfect. It's right there. Build your own Muppet. Yes.
In the corner, and I know Disney has all the rights, and they're allowed to put merchandise because I've seen it before for it. Why don't they make what in the corner somewhere somehow make something for the Fraggle Rock?
If they were to do Fraggle Rock, I would freaking die.
And then make that merchandise store.
Because Fraggle Rock. Wait a minute. Store. If that was Fraggle Rock, I would be like, out of my way, Richard. I need the following on Spirit Jersey and plush. Leave me alone. Bye.
Okay.
Come back in an hour.
Here's my thing.
Wait a minute,
Richard. How big that hallway is.
Richard.
That Rock Road. Think how big that is.
That would be a perfect way. Because you could do
room.
Because you could do Doc's workshop. You know how they have it in the show, and then make the whole
like the dioramas of what the original show.
And you know what they could do, Richard? Seriously, with that, okay? If they were to turn it into Fraggle Rock, which would be perfect. Okay, create the hole.
Yep.
That goes down, and then play the theme song as you're going into the hole, and then when you go in there, you just have Fraggle Rock music going on all day. You got the DVDs, you got the Blu-rays, you got the merch. If I see a Sprocket plush, I will be like, Richard, go into the store.
That's a different idea, Dave, Mike.
But
why not have it
make it look like Fraggle Rock? Hello, they got the rights. They have the rights to it.
The old merchandise store should turn into the Fraggle Rock experience.
Absolutely, I would do it. I would
merchandise in there.
I would want to see the Doozers. I'd want to see everybody.
Doozers as a Spirit Jersey. I want it.
I want
it really bad.
I want Moki as a Spirit Jersey. I want all the characters, Sprocket, everybody. Disney, if you're listening, contact the company.
Knock.
Ding, ding, on your door. Ring-a-ling. Hello.
Anyone there?
Hello. You. Earth to Disney. I'm just saying,
Fraggle Rock store would be epic. Now, they would not have it so it would be glass.
Wait a minute.
Right now.
Richard.
There would be some kind of theme to the outside.
What about this? Well, what about this? Muppet Vision 3D merch with the Fraggle Rock. Hello?
Kind of, yes, but they're not allowed to make merchandise for the Muppet Vision 3D. Anymore.
Rude.
I know. It had copyright issues at the end. So they just like, okay, we can't make anything. We won't. There's no promotion for it.
Do you know how much I want that Muppet Studios Spirit Jersey that was at a...
Or...
I love
Muppet
that merch.
Vision,
that merch was great.
Muppet Vision 3D. Great.
I gotta go in a few minutes anyway.
What if Muppet Vision 3D got turned into Fraggle Rock 3D?
If they were to do
the whole ride, it did the whole thing.
The whole thing. If the whole thing was Fraggle Rock,
they can work with.
Yeah,
there's a room you can walk through. That's usually the standing room,
which is the queue.
And then there's also the sitting area.
Right, which is the theater itself.
What if they reimagined both of those areas
Wait a minute.
whole facade
this,
into
Richard.
a museum.
Get this, Richard. I got an even better idea. Okay, get this.
Fraggle Rock 3D. I want it.
I so want this. Oh my god.
Have it as a ride, so it looks like you're on it, but then they're showing it, and you're like going down into Fraggle Rock.
Make it like Snow White, but make it.
Yeah. Why not?
I like it. I like it because it's another roller coaster.
It's another roller coaster,
and
it's in the theater. But you would get the experience.
That would be so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm already thinking.
And then they'll have I want a really nicely themed.
Richard, I want the merch store to be fantastic.
Right afterwards.
I am telling you, I want this merchandise store.
The merchandise store,
and we are talking spirit jerseys, T-shirts, cups, mugs. Magic band. Hello. I would get a Moki one so fast you wouldn't even funny.
And then have it so, this happens for let's say about 5-10 years. And then have it so the Muppets do a revolt and they are back in it.
I like that.
10 years, it's all Muppets really need, and it creates momentum.
And you know what? It will get people, but
it would get people to come back. They're like,
but wait a minute. But wait a minute, Richard. You know how you want to do the Fraggle Rock 3D? Okay.
Yes.
When you exit the theater, you don't go outside. You go right into Doc's workshop and then go down the hole to go to Fraggle Rock.
That could work.
You wouldn't be able to go outside.
Was there an entrance from there to there? They might have to make one, but
look at the opening number to Fraggle Rock, the original series, and that will tell you everything.
Oh, that's true.
And Sprocket has to be in this. No joke. I love that. I love that doggy.
If they're gonna do this, I also want them to have like a Fraggle Rock. Right before you get into
wait a minute, Fraggle Rock stage show. Fraggle Rock stage show.
Fraggle Rock like a kid's.
What about a Muppet dance party?
Like the old style.
What about a Muppet dance party?
Muppet dance party could work.
Yeah. Anyways, I need to get going because
they don't have the Muppet dance parties, but
they got the Disney Junior ones.
I will go. I'll see everyone. We can show close up soon.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm heading out because I need to go eat.
Everyone,
this was fun. Yeah. What are we doing next week for a movie review?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
I want to wait a week for the new Haunted Mansion. Sure. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Between, or maybe skip a week. We'll see.
That's fine. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.